Hello everybody, this is just a short presentation on the accessibility of music files, and usually what's happening is that musicians are a little bit frustrated about getting these charts inside of your iPad and getting them hooked up into a folder, especially offline, you're going to be using for a gig, rehearsal. So let's just get started with that. I'm going to shut down this first page here. And at the bottom left, I've got my browser. I'm going to open that up. And it's going to one of my pages that I have. I want to download a link. So on this page, I'm going to scroll up here, and on the left side, I have a Red House PDF that I want to put it in one of my class folders. So we're going to open that up first of all and just click on it. And on here, this has a couple bizarre things on it, but basically on this Red House chart, I'm going to go to the top right. You hit square box and has a little arrow, and that's going to basically download it, and I'll hit that. And then you want to make sure you scroll down and look to where it's going to be going, and that's usually a couple little snafus that happen. So this one is relatively easy. I don't want to save it to files because then that's another extra step going to like the download folder. So on here, I'm going to go ahead and open it in Acrobat. It takes a minute. The left part of the screen has Red House there. It's thinking a little bit. There it goes. Okay. On the top left, you'll see the house pop up, and that'll say it's already downloaded in here. So now that it's downloaded, you want to press that house button. On here, on my Adobe, I've already selected to the location that I'm going to be working with. If I hit the locations on the left, I'll show you. Sometimes it comes like this screen here, but I hit on the iPad because I'm going to basically using these charts offline. This iPad doesn't have internet unless I'm going to a Wi-Fi. So right now I have Red House, and it's already in Adobe just from those movements. So the next quicker way of doing it is if you go to the three dots on the right side of Red House. You can select that immediately here. And before I do that, if you can see the title on this iPad, I have it sorted by date. So if I took that off and put up my name, then it would be forever, at least for me. I have 10,000 charts in here. Try to locate it going down to it. So I'd rather have it by the date instead of the name. There we go. So that's the ones we're working with. I go to the three dots on the right side of Red House, and I'll click that, and it opens up a drop down. Now this is an important aspect of it. First, there's several options, but remember you have to kind of move down. There's several you can select from. There's a rename. We can get to that later. But actually what we're going to do is hit the move selector down right above delete. I'm going to hit that move, and it's going to ask me where I want it to move it to. So I have named my folder what I usually do when I'm working on pretty consistently. I have the A and then a 2, and that brings up all my folders at the very top. I don't have to look for it. So right now I'm moving that into my Fall 24 class, and I'll hit that. and then at the top right of that little screen it says move. So I'll move that right now. It's moving the file. Then you open up this Fall 24 class, and there's the red house that I've just installed. So that's simple. You can slow that down, and I'll review this with a little bit more coffee in myself and make sure I got it correctly. So I think that should give it to pretty well. Now, make sure, I think the trick is sorting by date and name. I think that'll help. Great, thank you. All right, I'm back again. I didn't have my second cup of coffee, but I think I can do this. There's a little addition where I'm going to help you rename it quickly, and that really helps, especially when you're building up like a set list. So I'm going to open up my Fall 24 class, and let's say we're taking the whole class out, which are adults, to a local pub or a gig, and we want to have a regular set list. So there's my red house there on top. Say we want to start with that, the 3 dots on the right side. You can select that, and it is kind of long, but the rename does kind of pop up in the middle. I hit the rename, then it gives you the option. I have a little 1 in quotation because I have a couple copies of that, so I'll just take that off. And then also in front of the red house, I'll just put the number 1 and maybe a dot and a space, and then rename that. Okay, now the weird factor is that you can also say you have multiple things. Sometimes the numbering system gets kind of wacky as far as when you're trying to put in 26, so you want to put something in between. So if I have, for what it's worth, I'm going to open that up. I'm going to rename that. And let's just say I'm taking that parentheses 1 off also. And then on the front, let's just say I already have a 2. Well, I can get in there and call it 1.1 and add it that way, rename it, and it'll pop in the middle. And I'll go to be thankful, and then doing it kind of backwards, but you'll get the picture. And I've got a couple copies of that too. So if I put there in front of that a 2 dot, and then rename that, it'll come out. So you can easily change your set list, hopefully before the gig, not 2 minutes before, and that'll help you. So appreciate it. Keep playing. Thanks.